Hey Joyce, how are you doing?
Hello, passionate out there. Good evening. Good to see all of you online. If you are online, you are welcome to just throw any question up there. We love to hear from you. Today, I'm going to read from today's Passionaires little notes to me. If you want to come on Thursday night, we'll bless you with a free assessment about your passion. But I promise you, I will not show nobody publicly about your profile, but we'll talk about it. You know what? People say, oh, I don't want people to know my PQ profile, my passion profile. Guess what? People around you who are closer or people who are close to you, they know it. My wife, Xiaowei, for 28 years, she know my passion. She doesn't need no assessment. She know every passion I got, and so, if you don't want to show people, I got it. But on the other hand, people close to you will know, they know. So in a way, just to put that one out there. So I'm going to read out of today's Passionaire's little note. I love it because she did a great job. Before she come on, she wrote down very detailed stuff. I love that. So you can almost see her passion there. You can guess a little bit. I'll read that. She's 24-year-old. I was first introduced to Coach K in Princeton in 2019. Oh, that's before pandemic. Folks, I have no idea at that time pandemic could hit. I believe she went on to New York, have a career after college. Shortly after graduating. Yeah. Hey, anybody who just graduated, that's an exciting time of your life, like a lot of uncertainties. If you don't have a job, you do get a job. Either way, right now, it's just so many uncertainties. Nobody knows what's going on. Anybody tell you they know where this world is going, the job place is going, education going, they lie to you. Nobody knows, all right? It's in 100 years that it hit us 100 years ago. Spanish flu. People who knew how to handle it die already. So Nobody can tell you what they know. I'm not going to be here to tell you, oh, I know anything. No, I don't know nothing, folks. I mean, life goes on. Life is like this, But you know what? What I know tonight is you are a passionate being, okay? Something in you will not change. And our passion here today, I just continue reading, starting my first job. Hey, graduating, looking for a job, starting a new job, don't like your old job. I have no idea where you are going through. All that to me is part of what we call the human doing. It's like actions, which is great. You want to react to the action that the world throw at you, inflation. Anybody go to gas pump these days, it's like, oh, $100, poof, gone. Well, I know, but something will not change though. No matter how much you pay on the gas pump, it's your passion. Okay, you got to feed your passion. You have to know them. You have to work with them. That's it. So 3 years later, folks, 3 years later, I didn't talk to her a lot, but she's coming back. I'm now at an intersection. I love that word, intersection of balancing, prompting in my heart. Wow, see, that's so this passionate. She's a passionate young woman. Once you meet her, you'll know, wow, she has been still passionate about who she is. Kudos to you. All right. I'll let her introduce herself just in a minute, but let me read through this. So she's still, after 3 years in the Big Apple, doing the crazy job, which is something called, let me put that job out there. It's called impact investing. Does that sound serious to you? Like impact investing in New York City, like, serving the very powerful people. I have no idea, or just make impact to the world. I love it, but she still come back and say, there's something like a tiny voice still prompting in my heart and spirit. Now I know she's a Christian right now, to do something new and different. Entrepreneurial travel venture. That sounds great to me. Versus staying with my current profession, which is impact investing. Oh, that looks like a PA job. That's a code name. But don't let me fool you. I will not go into the full coaching mode yet. I'm just enjoying it. Our passion there. See, that's what this community is unique about. We may not talk to each other a lot every day. We don't do counseling, folks. If you come here looking for counseling, I have to politely ask you to find a real professional counselor. We are no counselor, all right? I have no patience to talk counsel away. Counselors are great. They have that one, but I'm here to know that lifelong, once we get together, we know each other's passion. We can always start from there, cut all the little talk off and start to talk about it. And from our passion there, she continued to say, and continuing to grow. Wow. I love it. That's what we are here about. It's like, can we continue to grow? Can we continue to grow right now? 24-year-old, 3 years at a college, first job for 3 years. Good job. Kudos to you. Second, you kept that job for 3 years. I didn't know you could have made to the number 3 years. You already go beyond the expiration date on your job. From my point of view, Belinda, not yet. Well, I'm going to get her here. And I love to talk through it and get Coach K's thoughts. Well, I appreciate that. I absolutely want to talk with you. I love that you want to get my thoughts, but you'll get more than that, okay? You will get more than that. Every time you guys talk to me, Thursday night is where the title of the show is called Can I Be Honest? So you will get a lot from me, all right? But not just my thoughts. I hope you get a little bit of my passion as well. So on the sideline, I will not just, I really don't know a lot of things. So, but I will tell you what I know on my old and new passion profiles. Yes, our passioner did her passion right out of college. The profile looked the same, but the little thing changed. And some of the quadrants, her areas of where she's developing is changing. So it's a wonderful time to talk about it. Now, this is a very, very particular case because we can have two different profiles, 3 years, apart, and now same profile and in terms of who she is, but her quadrants start to shift a little bit. And it's very crucial. A lot of people know our talk about time. 7 years in general is a person develops something, a skill, a relationship, a career. So you have 7 years to work on something, to start something fresh. So usually don't say 7 weeks. Nobody, if you take a 7-week course, you come on to be an expert or something, I will not believe you. Okay. You cannot have just 7 months of relationship, come out and say, I want to marry this guy. There's no way you can know that, but not 7 years to make decision to marry somebody. You should already be married and start doing it. Okay. When I say do it, you know what I mean. It's like start to get married and start learn from the marriage instead of from the outside in. So we have a couple of things we can share with you. So from college, 4 years, sometimes 6, sometimes 3, I have no idea. And then 2 or 3 years after college, that kind of come up nicely about 7 years. So a lot of people want to make a change right after that. And I see that happening over and over again. Today, we'll see whether our passionaire going to make a decision to change. All right. So now the second part, I love it. So that's what we are a community. If you've never done PQ, you are still part of us. You are watching, please, if you are able to subscribe, send it to your friend. Just every week do something for this channel. I'm not really a highly sociable guy. I don't go out there. I don't go out there just social. So for me to do social network is it's really taxing on my passion. But I love it. You know why? Because I don't treat it like a social media. I treat it like a family talk, like family talk. In front of the fireplace. Let's talk about stuff. All right. So I'll passionately write this second part. Let me read up. I have been dating this guy. Woo. That's a new development. Not for a year, so not that new. For a year now, we've gotten very close, and more of our discussion of the future are seriously progressing toward marriage. I love that. I love that. You know me. I love young lady today start thinking about marriage at the age of 24, because on the average, a lot of today's modern ladies start thinking about marriage either too early, like puppy love in high school, or way too late, when they really establish, feel secure, and then all good men are gone from the market. Okay, so I love this. I love what I hear right now so far. I'm excited about today's passionaire, but I'm not sure. Hey, nobody's not. When I decide to propose to my wife for 28 years today, I was not sure, but I just got to do it. It's no other way I would let this girl sleep through my life. So I was not sure, 100% not sure. But what I was sure was I got to do something. That's called power. All right. But I hope that comes from the man. All right. So we'll come down to that man that in your life, what that man looks like right now. If this is the one God has for me, very good question. I love that one. And that one, I can help you, but how will I know? Wow. Today we have a subtitle should say, how will I know? It's time to change career. It's time to give up security, safety, and look for something. Let me quote it again. Entrepreneur travel venture. I would join you right away. I would join you. Entrepreneurial travel venture. You have a job like that lining up, I'm going. No, I'm kidding. I start traveling as well, business-wise. So I'm with you on that. So giving all that, Belinda is in. Yeah, this is a warm welcome for our passionaire to come back. All right, so just unmute yourself and talk a little bit. We'll see how. Hey, Belinda, good to see you.
Nice to see you as well. I'm very excited.
I know. Remember, we were doing this coaching in that little fun school.
It was a classroom. Yeah, who would have known the pandemic would start literally like months later, and then here we are 3 years later. It's crazy.
I know. Look what we have all been through, right? I mean, you have a new career, Big Apple, I remember, right?
Yes, I'm living in New York City.
New York City for 3 years. You are now a veteran, so I like your yellow color. Most of the people live in New York will end up wearing black anyway. So
it it happens. And I, even on New York, I'm kind of in between, like, is it worth doing another year? Cause I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship. So everything's like transitionary right now.
I can see that your bright color, your dress, it's just coming up. I love it. And update us a little bit, because I read your stuff, which I appreciate. Like, everybody come on, write something detailed like that, because that will help me to like, but I have your passion profile in me here, 2 of them. Yeah. I won't show to nobody, but here.
No, it's fine, and I'm pretty transparent, but thank you for having me.
So update us, all the coaches here today with you, and our online passionate community watching. So go ahead.
Yeah, so much has happened since we last met in 2019. At the time, had just graduated, started out on Wall Street working in the investment bank in sales and trading. So that was my old role. I did that for 2 years, left that role last June 1st, actually last year. So I'm actually at a full 1 year in my current role, which is in impact finance. So that's been even a whole long journey getting there. I remember when I first started out, it was hectic in my old role. I had no idea what I was getting into.
And COVID was like around, that's right around the end of the COVID situation. Okay.
Sort of, yeah. It actually was very tragic for me through that job and the environment. It was actually a very unhealthy and abusive work environment. And through that, actually like fell into major depression. I needed to like take time off because I was not well. So it was actually not a great work environment or situation at all. I learned a lot and I grew a lot, and it gave me clarity and a lot of skills that I'm now employing in like my day-to-day life, work and like personal. But the experience going through it, we could talk about it for days.
I know. I think I love it. This is over a drink or something. That's where the workplace, if it's hazardous in a way, it doesn't have to be really, really bad, but just bad enough. But if you really put people who don't know themselves or know themselves too well, either way, that's going to be a hectic situation. I see you being through that. I'm glad right now you seem to be back. I see your passion, same profile, things are moving. Some of the numbers go up a little bit. I'll talk about it, but yeah, you are back to yourself a little bit.
I am. Right? Yeah, it's been definitely a journey of healing and growing, and I'm very thankful to be alive and to be well, and also like overall like happy, like liking my life. Obviously, there's always ways to like grow, room, change, etc. But like every day I wake up really thankful, because just a year ago things were looking very, very differently. I also started literally March 2020 when the pandemic hit, therapy, and that's been an amazing journey, and just healing through trauma, growth, self-discovery, awareness, and then also being able to process kind of what went wrong with my old role, like on the kind of environment side, and also my personal self and my ambitions, desire, lack of not being able to be confident to harness my voice.
Right. Hold on. You got so many stuff. Hold on, slow down.
Okay.
Folks out there passionate now. Look, this is the right attitude. To me, it's really good attitude, because Belinda come out vulnerable. In a way, not to get pity from anybody. She's been through tough, but vulnerability is something we preach about. It's ability to be vulnerable. Passionate out there, we have to see that she's able to talk about what's outside. Yes, it has its environment, but she also own a part of to herself, right? You talk about, I cannot put it better than you do. Like, your responsibility about how we react to that situation, how you really maybe have a blind spot somewhere and stuff like that. Folks, all the young people out there, you have to hear me out. I mean, pandemic has a situation, that crazy boss situation, whatever that is. Yes, that's contributed to part of how we are today, but we cannot build there. So Belinda, thank you. You gave us a wonderful thing, the self-awareness of that. Yeah, that's part I have to work out. We have to put all that together to really have a holistic view of where we are right now and how to carry this to the next step. Otherwise, you're going to repeat that in every job situation, right? No, she had a big smile. Yeah, she agreed.
No, it's so true. And I think that when I was back in March 2021 is when it hit rock bottom for me. Through that process, really was asking myself, like, how did I get here? Like, what about either myself, my past, my culture, my values, orientation, all that led to desiring One, and a lot of it, I'll be honest, I did not know what I was heading into. Like coming from Princeton, like a lot of people follow like the investment banking track or tech or whatever else, and it's sold and packaged in this way. And then also for me, from like my family background and not having coming from much wealth or like savings or anything, I knew I needed to have a job and build.
Oh, we talked about that last time. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that was a big part. And I think also I'll be very honest, the prestige nature of it. I'll be transparent. And even just a lot of things I needed to flush out in relation to money, status, and also just the reality of living that it took months again. And I'm still unlearning, still learning, still growing. So I never want to say as if I'm like completely whatever, just further in the process, which allowed me to be able to then pivot to the new role that I have. Still the same firm, which is crazy. And I had a lot of thoughts about that, but God is really gracious to just show me a different side of that. And then through the 3 months that I took, like I was not working intentionally focused on healing, I was really able to align what are the things that I naturally love to do and would do for free. And like, what are my values and how can I align that with the job that I do? And my first year on my old trading desk, I kept a journal of like every major like news article, trade headline, business merger, whatever that was interesting. And I kept that journal for a year. So over the next year, I was able to look back and see what trends and key themes like stuck out. And I realized, wow, like I'm really passionate about like allocating capital towards communities of color and actually being able to, for my day job, not just like giving back or sitting on a board, actually making progress towards either building products or ecosystems that enable like human flourishing, especially for the least in society. That's something that like I like.
So you kind of zone into that after the painful process, soul searching. Of course, did nothing, which you need a rest after.
Yeah, it was a comment. It was, I would say it was like active rest, like rest my body, but always like, again, rigorous, like journaling, therapy, just really digging through stuff. And then also interviewing. God was really gracious where, again, I was paid through all of it and then also landed my new role and started within 3 months. So looking back, I realized how just blessed I was through that. So I started my new role in impact finance, which is essentially impact investing a year ago.
Wow.
And I know, which is crazy. And then since then, I will say like I've grown tremendously day to day. Like I really do enjoy the line of work I'm in, the space I'm in, the ability to like work across like affordable housing, small business, to all these things that are having like major impact. And also I sit farther out because I'm like the one actually like making the investment and not on the ground. But holistically, I like the industry. Where that leads me today is about, I would say earlier this year, like January, I just kept getting like promptings, like signs, visions. Like I've always been, ever since I was 14, 15 years old, love traveling. I started out that is,
okay.
Yes, I like grew up in a very, very working class, like not a lot of means household. So my first opportunity to go abroad on my own was studying abroad in high school. I studied abroad for a year in Morocco, lived with a host family, went to French school, amazing. And then in college, I traveled extensively, studied abroad a couple times, like in London and Oman, in South Africa, traveled a whole bunch of places, and then still do now. And I remember when I was in Bali after graduation, like I was with one of my really good childhood friends, and I was like, oh my God, imagine like creating like curated travel experiences. Like I would love that, but didn't really think much about it. I was like, oh, this would be cool. But, I'm starting to create, I never fully considered it. Fast forward to 2022, January, it's like, I remember I was opening up an email blog one day and I saw this other girl who is my age, looks just like me, literally an inch taller than me, who runs a travel business in Bali. She like went to NYU, worked in New York for a year and then moved out there, built this whole travel business, built her own like literally estate. And I'm like, what I envision exists. There's someone else literally just like me doing. I was like, God.
She just inspired you, right? Basically.
It was like inspiration, also just like, oh my God. And I was like, God, I see what you're doing. And then from that, it was just like more nuggets. And I realized for me, it's at the intersection, not just of doing curated travel experiences, which I love, but also at the intersection of like mental health and healing. I mean, creating spaces for the combination of like mental health providers, like therapists, and then also like life coach, but also holistically like healthy living and an experience where women can come intentionally and not just like escape, but actually dig deep into like.
Oh, you got a business plan already.
I do what I developed.
That's what you call it,
way.
entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Let me use your word. Entrepreneur. Let me call it entrepreneur. Your words. Your word.
I never thought I would be, and I think the other, and that's the thing.
Entrepreneur it's like, travel venture. Okay, here we go. Go ahead. You got to continue. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Okay.
No, it's at the intersection of that, essentially, like mental health, traveling, and also faiths, and wanting to really just create holistic experiences for people to like press in and heal and do that in community around other people, because that's how I healed through my journey last year. So this is really birthed out of like my experience and all the ways in which like God worked in me, grew me, and wanting to offer that to others. So where that leads me today is that early this year, I was very frustrated with my job. I was like, oh my God, no, I want to leave and just immediately start this. I'm now at a point where I'm actually surprised that I enjoy, again, there's annoying days and whatever, holistically like enjoy. And I see the growth in myself. I see like my boss is also on maternity leave. So I'm like running with all the deals I'm executing. I'm leading transactions, talking CEOs, negotiating term sheets. Like I'm doing it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, this is also cool. And I'm like, maybe I could see myself doing this for a while, which I didn't see even like 3 to 6 months ago. So now I'm like, beforehand, early this year, I started kind of drafting, my business plan. I was looking at market research. I was thinking about my offering, how I differentiate that from others in the market. I was thinking about branding. I like created a logo. I was full on to best I could, starting to build this out and like had a plan to do a soft launch like in the fall. And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, getting nervous, but also like, oh, entrepreneurship, I recognize the risks that come with it, but also the opportunity. I think I don't really recognize the full opportunity. And then the other part is like, wait, but what I'm doing is like good. And I like it. I don't hate it. And I could do it for a while. And is it safer and smarter to like actually do it for another year and actually build up a better savings and do this or do that? And then leads also like New York City.
Oh yeah,
like,
your saving still high. I got you. I hear you. Your saving, keep talking through all this. Like every 3 seconds, the saving like, yay, I'm still alive in Belinda.
That is funny. I didn't realize that.
I hear that every 3 seconds. Like,
I know. And I still have a lot of work to like, I think really still heal and grow from like needing safety and like money and all that comes with it. But I think the other part is I feel like I'm at a crossroads, and literally sat in the car like on Monday. Now it's just like, oh my God, like I had all these goals and plans for the year. It's like halfway through, like, where am I? And just feeling like I wanted to leave New York. I also had a major health crisis early in the year. I'm well now, but like had a cancer scare. So that brought a lot of like,
I was not sorry, Belinda. I'm glad to hear you're okay, but I'll get to be very honest in a minute, but I actually not surprised. Okay.
You're not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. You're not, one of your numbers just show you got to do something. So, but I'll be very honest with you. All right. So, but I love the energy, folks out there. This is passion there. I love it. 3 years in Back Apple, crazy job, mental scare, health scare didn't bring her that. I love it. She's still popping and going.
It's really God. I'm not going to take all the credit, but I think the health scare, which lasted like 3 to 4 months, honestly, gave me through that. I remember when I was lying in the hospital bed and I was like, if life is this short, is this what I really want to do? And I think from that, that's what birthed like,
wow.
Okay. Yeah. It was February 4th. And I was like, if it all could end so quickly, like no one knows, no one knows when your day or time is. Like, is this where I want to live? Is this what I want to do? Is this the impact XYZ want to have? And I think from that really kind of channel, okay, then I want to build this. I want to create this and foster this. And I think, thank God I'm healthy, got the answers needed. And now I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe I could do another year in New York, even though I hate the city at this point. And I'm like, maybe I don't hate my job. I actually do enjoy what I do now. And I'm like, is God calling me to balance both and keep my current career and do this on the side? Or is it more like actually stick to a timeline and like transition to do this full time? and leave
Absolutely.
New York, hopefully somewhere warm and sunny.
That's
That's really it.
Well, do you have a destination in mind tentatively?
I have like three options.
Give
If
me
it's
those three
if
options.
it's
Come on,
in
tell me
if
about it.
it's in the United States, I would love to
Sure.
either LA, Miami, or maybe somewhere in Texas. If not in the US, I'm open to a lot of other countries. I can move abroad tomorrow and be fine. Like I would love to move to London. I would love to move to Bali, anywhere really. I could see myself being a digital nomad for a year and like being able to work remotely. And it would lend to the business I want to build because I want to host retreats around the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. All right. If there's okay, so passionate out there, that I love this. This is what I do. This is not my job. Not my work. I love this. This talking to passionate all like this. Oh, I got a kick. Okay. Hey, you know what, Belinda? I you changed a lot since last time I saw
Did
you.
I? Oh my God.
There's just something that's coming along, which I think it's a good time to talk about big decision like this or stay. I have no idea where we are going, but I'm more interested in here on the relationship side too, because I think you have two tracks going on right now.
Yeah.
So we have to balance it out. So I need to hear that track more. So on the sideline as a coach, I can give you better. Can I be honest moment? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and that of all things very transparent, this one I have a harder time like talking about, but I do love him. We met last year in April. April 2021, started talking, then started dating May, and then became official, like committed August.
Look at my background. We talk about COVID up. That means people coupling up during COVID. So you are part of that? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No. I know co-relationships are a thing. I think the difference is like we're still dating. And
that's
like,
good. Yeah.
I guess we also met like in a downward slope of COVID. I don't know what you want to call it, but
all right. So let me go back to this one. Here we go.
yeah, like we've met and we've spent a lot of time in person. Like I've met his family, like from parents to grandparents to aunts.
Oh,
to
you met all the
like
oh wow.
everyone, cookouts, like literally all day I'm there. So they're very kind and very gracious.
Did he meet your family too?
Okay.
I know. Don't go there. I know the answer. I got you.
I think also there's a cultural difference where he is Haitian American, his family originates from Haiti. I'm African American, not like African American, but from the continent in Togo in West Africa. So my family also approaches. There really was never talk relationships growing up, and it's very much like you're married or you're not. So it's like engagement level, that kind of seriousness. So I think it's taken me a bit more to muster up the courage. I'll be honest, and that's an ongoing discussion item for us.
Does this young man have a solid job?
He does. So he's 28. So there's a 4-year age gap. Really doesn't feel like an age gap, but there is. He works in like pharmaceutical medical device sales. So yeah, he has a career. He also has like other passions and things he's interested in that he could see himself building. But for now, like I will not disclose his employer, but it's a big Fortune 500 company.
All right. So he got a stable job. That's all I need to know.
Oh, definitely. Oh God, no. Sorry, we cannot.
All right, here we go. I got enough information. So, okay, I hear you. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. So, what would be that? I'll let you format your question right now. Like I hear all this, like relationship. You start to kind of okay with your current job, but you're like, oh, I was inspired. I want to do something more like idealism, traveling, helping people, more entrepreneurs. So, okay, can you combine these two? Like, what's Belinda really asking right now? Like, just ask an honest question.
Yeah, I think what I'm asking, what I ask myself daily / weekly is kind of like, I think I struggle to know when the right time is. And maybe a lot of people do, like even my old job, like I kept wanting to leave, but didn't feel like it was the right time. And I felt like God was calling me there. And then it kind of like broke apart. So I think now I'm like, I always want to never err. Like, so I think because of my fear to like be in the wrong or take the wrong step is sometimes keeps me in my own way. Like I'm cognizant of that. I think to some degree, as much as I'm very like ambitious and driven, I think I am also like somewhat doubtful and fearful. Like, could I really build this thing? Could it very much be viable? Could it, all these things, knowing that I guess the savings part again is that like, it's really just me. I have no safety net outside of like my finances and God. Like that's really it. There's nothing to fall back on. It's just
Scary.
me. Yeah. So I think keeping that in perspective. So I think right now it's figuring out am I taking is it the safe route or the cop out route or the smart route to like do another year in New York at this role? Or is it like, no, actually like put a more foreseeable future, less than a year timeline, like by this date. And I think what I was thinking beforehand was, right, then I'll get a remote only job, so I can still travel and be fulfilled and build this business out without having the obligation of being in person every day. And mind you, I'm hybrid right now, but my firm very much is a in-person culture, as they call it. So it wouldn't allow me the ability to like move to London, move to Thailand, move wherever, and like host a retreat and also work.
Hear you. Okay. All right. So let's talk about your passions. I love this. I kind of, I agree with you. This is the best moment to talk about it. Not last year, not when you first 3 months on the new job. Now it's very good because it's not like because you hate the job or now you actually start liking it. So it's like perfect. It's perfect timing. So it's your choice. It's not, you have no choice. That's where we want to be, this position, to make that decision. So you do have a choice in a way, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, so I'm going to pull your passion out. And these passions are, just do me a favor. I'm going to get all the passion out because this passion just ranks so high globally. You have to help me to rank them right now, because once we go through this process, the time will show. The time will be a no-brainer. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So the clock time going to disappear in a minute, hopefully. All right, so, and I'm going to get some of this Belinda's high passion coming out. You're shocked. She is a passionate young woman, which I know you guys exist out there. No, I love this passion here because our young women today, they are suppressed in a way, like they just, be safe. So I like to see Belinda today. All right, here we go. Wrong one. Here we go. All right, so now, as usual, I see this one still your number one. It's like dun 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 dun. Where is it? Where are you? Hold on. Where are you? Oh, here. Okay. All right. Boom boom. Beauty. 2.0. You can't escape from this since when you just need to be living in a beautiful environment, not just environment, you need to have that thought. All about passion about beauty is never just outside stuff. It's not the design is not an environment. It's like your thoughts is inspired. It's about your thought is being how should I say, stimulated. Without that, you can't. So I don't know. I mean, you are still 2.0, the top of the world.
My name also means beautiful. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I will say, I think the last like 3 years, my desire to even like make my home beautiful and like interior design and like custom my wardrobe and all this, like my eating like nice things. And I just love beauty. Flowers, like get them fresh every week now. I just love, yeah.
Yeah, you're eating, let me get it out. You're eating at 2.0.
Unfortunately, you don't.
I'm like, what? Okay, it's okay. So you love beautiful environment with good food. There's no doubt. That's why you say you want to host conferences around the world. Let's just be honest, lady. It's about good food, well decorated and beyond. And you can be beautiful, walk around and say, hey, I got you. I hear you. Okay, so it's 2.0. You have 2 up there. Okay. So you have another 2.0, which is since Princeton Day, it jumped up. And I think that's something you suffer from working in the so-called corporate America. I got you. It's something 2.0. Let me put up there. Ideal design 2.0. Yeah. So you want to make the world better. You want to help people who suffer. Maybe just you suffer yourself, trying to come back. You want to help the less fortunate, community. I hear you. It's up there, 2.0. You have another one, 2.0. Hit the not the rock bottom. Instead, Belinda, you hit the top cloud 9 for this. You have another 2.0, which I'm not surprised. That's why this one is called tranquility. When you were here, it was not that high. So let me put you up.
So it's even higher now? I thought
it would be it's even higher now. The tranquility is 2.0 from 3 years ago. Oh, same thing. So you almost keep it. Steady. Here we go. You have 2.0, top in the world. To get this kind of ranking up there, it's not easy. That means I always say passionate people suffer. Right. So you probably suffer a lot. So to keep
what way? What do you mean by suffering?
Suffer means, you got to kind of, because you have so many drives inside. You just you keep working the best you can. You probably exhaust yourself every day to just get this up there running. And I really respect that, but I have to be a coach too. So I have about 4.5 passion. Like my power is 2.0. I want to have influences. My social is -2. That's another 2.0. Okay. I have independence. I want nobody touch me. I want to work independently. So, so I have like a 4 or 5, 4 up to 2.0. I do suffer my lifetime because it's here. I just need to figure it out. Okay. So
always, that's how I feel.
Exactly. That's why I say passionate people suffer. Okay. But passionless people, they just perish. Between suffering and perishing, I would gladly choose suffering. Okay, that's my attitude. All right. So you better just have that. So that's why we all need God. Yes, His grace and people's grace too, because I receive a lot these days. So you have 4 up there now, but there's another bunch which is not too far away from them. Let me give you some of them. Your acceptance jump up high. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, your acceptance just up there. Let me put it up there. Hold down a second. The number is, let me put it the right place. Your number is smaller, but still high. Acceptance, I mean, sensitivity to other people. You probably have a tender heart because you suffer, you look around. So you become more. It's like more just like idealism is help weak or, challenge people who are facing challenges. And that's fortunate people. But acceptance is about you have antenna with you, walk on the job place, you walk around, you feel like, wow, I want to sense how people feel. I want to be part of them. I want to, antenna is up. Its number is like 1.39. That's up there. Okay.
Yeah, I can always feel, I can feel people's emotions, even when I don't want to. I often don't want to, but I can, and then I can't help but to want to comfort or help or do something.
Sure. And then you have you have another one up there, which has been there, never changed, status, which I love it. So that's why I asked you what destination you want to go, because now you cannot go to a place with no status. There's no way. That's why you talk about London. We'll figure out right now. So so we'll talk about it. Where is the status? Here is the status. Hold on a second. I'll get status out in a minute. Oh, I can't. Your status is very high. The number is not 2, but 1.68. All right. So I'm ignoring a lot of other things, which is also high. Your vengeance, you want to win. Can you lose that one now? Because we have so many candidates here. It's like, this is
I feel like my vengeance is a lot lower.
It come down.
Beforehand, it was very high. And I think,
right.
I don't know. I have a lot of different views.
So I think it's okay. It comes down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Then, interesting enough, your family passion went down right now from zero, neutral to about minus. So there must be a story there. We won't touch that. I see your face. Okay, but I think today I want to help you. I want to work with you right now. Okay, look at all these passions. Now, so I have a statement like, let your passion be single. No, I'm not saying you don't marry nobody. Okay, no. Let your passion be single so you don't have to be single. Okay, what I mean is, if you have so many internal drive, every drive is a legit drive, could lead your career, can lead you into a career. If you let them drive like this, it's hard for you to be in unity with yourself. And then when you come out, work with cross aisle with, say, a young man, work with your future partner in your entrepreneur endeavor, they have to know like, who is Belinda today? You can wake up on Monday morning, Belinda is artsy, beauty. And the Tuesday morning, it's all about eating today. Let's go. And then Wednesday, I need tranquility space. Don't bother me, And then Thursday is like idealism. Let's talk about the needy, the needy children somewhere. And then Friday afternoon, I need a dose of acceptance from somebody. So you have to wake up consistently who you are for a season to have a lead passion.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let my dog out so she stops barking. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Your dog already agrees with what I say. Okay. So all the passionate out there, if you have a chance, you want to join on Thursday, please. You can subscribe, go on the Mighty Network. We have, hello. The high beauty, high status, high tranquility, high acceptance dog you have. Name?
This is Kiana LaBelle.
Oh yeah, Kiana, yay! Oh, so cute. But I think your dog agree with me. Like, yes, my master need to be single. Passion.
Oh, single passion. I thought you meant single overall. I was like, oh no.
No, single in your passion. So, doesn't mean you eliminate every other thing, but you got to pick one internally, a leader for you. I have difficulty picking this for you right now.
I think looking at the list, like beauty, eating, yikes, idealism, tranquility, from first glance, it just sounds very like materialistic and as if I just live to exist. Like, I like to think there's more depth to me than that.
No, you have all this have tons of depths in here. Come on,
okay.
Linda. Yeah, everybody, like, beauty is not just beauty. Beauty is actually to really make this world more beautiful. That's a very in-depth, deep stuff, So it's you create a product, not just for money or monetary stuff. You create something when people walk into that. I know architects who give up a big career from New York just to create a very, very mundane architecture where when people move in, step in just for a day, they're just like, wow, so that's very deep. That's very deep, food.
Yeah, I want to.
Food is very deep, but Belinda, if people can eat healthy in this nation, how much better quality of life. Actually, depression and all this thing actually related to food a lot. So don't underestimate food. A lot of young people don't know how to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Okay? So all this passion could lead you to something that's deep. But so I don't want to just look at the names, but I want to ask your hearts right now, because you also acceptance. Acceptance means to go out. A lot of people do marketing. That's why we keep mentioning marketing. You will be very good at marketing stuff for people because you will know how people feel and sense. So you will go there. And status is not mundane. Status is actually to provide people a sense of who they are, the value, the quality, and really give that the status they don't have, or recognize the real status not from outside. You don't need money. You don't need fame. You don't need power. Yeah. Status is how you hold yourself. So these all are wonderful, wonderful things. So but you just have too many of them. That's the only problem today.
I feel like they all, thank you for like the further clarification on each one. And I feel like they all culminate in what I want to build. Like part of what I'm excited about with the travel business is creating an environment that is, I want it by the water, each place that we go to. I want to create a warm, like inviting, but fresh, like fragrance. I want people to walk in and experience like the ability to really breathe, you know? And like beauty is a big part of it, how you design the space, like even like essential oils, what you invite in, also just what kind of atmosphere you set allows people to truly like open up and like rest and breathe and also be vulnerable and go deeper. So that for me is like, I know I'm like hopping around all of them.
You're hopping around again. So I'm going to help you now narrow it down to one. Has to come out from inside your heart and your passion, lined up. Say, I want you to lead me the next season, 5 to 7 years. I'm serious about it because
5 to 7 years. Oh, that's a long time.
Well, if you're not passionate, no, 5 to 7 years, we call this cycle of life, which give you enough time to relax, but work hard at the same time, develop something deeper, more meaningful, more significant. So, and I think you need that because I'll get to my, can I be honest? I'm honest moment, but I'm building this up. So, so you are 24 now.
Yeah.
7 years from now, you are 30.
Oh.
So I know. I'm kind of, pushing you guys forward to think.
No, you're right. I think about this all the time. I'll be 25 in a few months. So like 5 years from now, I'm going to be 30. So I think that's where I'm like, I saw one of your previous live streams, do something big before you're 30. And I feel like the window for me to jump is like
exactly
the end. Because if I don't do it now, it's only going to get harder as the years go on. And I fundamentally believe I can raise a family around the world, but it just has more challenges as the years go on. So I'm like, feel like so much pressure either now or I don't want to say never.
I don't want you to feel pressure right now. I want you to feel like, I get to do this. It's not I got to do this. It's a totally different attitude. I want to change that. It's not I got to do. No, it's like, hey, I get to do this. Every day. If you change that just from today, like, I got to do. No. You don't have to do anything. You can keep going on, but you should think about, wow, I get to do this. I get to do this. That will transform a lot. That's what the passionate is thinking. So I have to help you today before the time ends.
I'm sorry.
Pick one leader because without a leader, I can help you because you can help yourself.
I know.
You got to pick one. Who is leading?
I'm looking at each one and I don't know if any of them are strong enough to be the lead thing. Because I think what really leads me is like safety and like
I know. So let me get that one out there. So I'll get the real leader coming out right now.
The real leaders, like the real leader. Like building. I'm always thinking like how to build like, generationally thinking a long-term game and like having this strategy and that is where my mind constantly go, like having this business, having this account, but having this opportunity. That's where like, and I'm scared like jumping to something else will take me off that path and whatever's promised future. So looking at I'm like beauty's great, but I'm like, can I really let that be the lead? Eating, I'm like, oh God, so I really even know how to eat healthy. I just enjoy it a lot and would own a restaurant one day, maybe. Like idealism, oh God, like I guess I currently kind of let that lead, ? I mean, more through the job that I do, I'm actively doing something in the world. Tranquility, I need more of that, trying to build that. I don't know if that's a lead passion. And then acceptance, status, I feel like it's always there. I'm trying to get rid of it. Vengeance is kind of down, family is down. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the way I keep hearing your true leader. I already get him out here. It's called saving.
Not my true leader.
Oh, I have so much fun doing this. So this one is your true leader right now. Let me get the family out just for a minute. I'll comment on that. So I think a lot of it's about saving.
Yeah.
The number is high, still the same. Let me look at the number. 1.13 3 years ago. 1.81. Go up. Here we go. So, Belinda, this is time. This is time to talk to your true leader right now. We have to deal with this leader right now. It's not about money. I know. I put the money out actually are 3 T's in the Bible or in the passionate language. Treasure, absolutely. We need money. We need money, folks. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Okay. And the time to manage your time. And talents, which people skill. So and to you in particular, I believe it is money, which we talk about it.
Yeah.
So because that's where you come from, your family, like my family. I grew up in a family, again, is not well off. Money is everyday's talk. It's there back of the here, like so I know, I hear you. Okay. So there are 2 ways. There are only 2 ways out. One is you save enough money until you feel safe, and then you do your thing. That's one route. Mm-hmm. Or you don't want to be led by this guy and try to manage this in a way, pick another leader, swap that today, and then see what happens. No, I'm challenging you. I know, I don't think you are able to. I hope you are able to make that decision tonight, because I have can I be honest moment for you now?
Yeah.
Your tranquility is 2.0. That means you are the highest, the most stressed people in the world right now. No matter how you like your job or start to liking it, with this number as a coach, I know I coach thousands of people. Let me just be honest. If this continue to be this like more than 12 months, it will start to impact your health.
Yeah. And
you know that, right? I'm talking honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? So I know you talk about health scare, but I think that's a good scare to almost give you a sign, which I say, I got it. Because this one, I don't think you can manage that given what you are doing right now. This environment, I just to break out that to you, you are sacrificing. Can I be honest? You are sacrificing.
Please don't say it. No, go ahead.
You are sacrificing your health for it.
Yeah.
Am I talking honestly?
No, you are. You very much are. And that was a very, like, my healthcare is a wake-up call, very much like, to what extent is this like medical versus stress induced? And that's when I was like, this is not sustainable.
Not sustainable.
Now, like, even though I enjoy what I do, I'm exhausted, working round the clock. And I wonder how people do it for 30, 40 years. I realistically don't know.
So yeah, absolutely. And then I'm not saying you should jump to the other one. No, I'm not 100% on board with you on that one. The truth is in between, or the direction. But let me direct you to the time. Okay, time. All right. Since college, Princeton's are high stress, right? And then 3 years, you see, that's why 7 years is really significant. The first 6 years, you used up your gas.
Really?
See that?
I burned out early. Oh God, did I peak?
Yeah. No, you didn't. No, it's rightfully so, because the environment you're jumping and your leader, you led by this. This is your family. We talk about it's not you. It's so not you. All right. So this guy moved back to your basement now. It's not you. I hope you don't have a basement in New York. That sucks. So it's crazy. So I don't want you to have one. It's terrible. So it lived downstairs. and you got to do a drastic thing, not outside, but inside. You have to deal with this guy now. Okay. Because without this, you can't be free. And then you kind of, in a way, you sacrifice your health. If you do this for another 2 years with this stress level, I have to drag you out of New York.
Yeah. It's frightening.
Out.
Yeah.
No, it's not means you are a failure. On the other hand,
no.
This is a wake up call.
Yeah.
This is really see where you are heading. It's a destiny. It's a destiny time for you. I'm serious. This is destiny.
I feel it.
It's a destiny time for you.
The fear in it. It's like, oh
yeah, you feel it, right? It's there.
It's like jump or don't.
Right.
And you kind of miss it.
Right. You could hang out for another 2 years doing maintenance work on you with the dog, with the manual. No, I'm kidding. With everything. But that's a maintenance mode to keep it longer with almost no future. And say that when you have a great future, maybe with this firm, but if you lose your house, what kind of future you have?
Yeah.
What do you have, young lady? You are 24. Yeah. All right. So I'm pulling you out because I'm like, I mean, this number is not lying. You are ranked highest in the world with this number. I keep talking to people like you, not you, people out there, passionate, hear me out, like, I'm okay. I don't feel that stress anymore, Coach K. I feel good right now. And 6 months back, boom, hit another rock bottom. Yeah. And after you hit 2 or 3 or 4 times, the line between normality and that become very fuzzy.
Yeah.
That could be a lifelong struggle. I don't want to see anybody getting there. Okay. It's not because we are not cut off for this job. No, nobody cut off for that job. Okay. So that job designed to get young people coming in and out. Okay. Wash out. Sorry, I'm not anti-corporate, but I have to tell you that job is not designed for you to have a career. Period. Okay. So, Belinda, your basement guy, are you willing to let this go? Because then I'll help you to pick. I have my proposal, very creative, but you probably don't like it. But you will hear me. I want
to hear it. I think for me, like even as I think about it now, it's the fear and the stress of it all. Because I guess the fear is like, what if it doesn't work out and I like run out of my savings? Because even when you're talking about a number, whatever the safe number is, I realize I don't think I have a safe number, like unless it's millions, and even then I'll be like, okay.
all right. So it's a million.
It takes a lot to get there. And then it's like if I run out, and not just if I run out, I also have family that relies on me financially from time to time, and it's like I've been working a lot on like boundaries with that, and there's been fallout, but it's like it's still hard because if things hit the fan. Because of like, I so love you, I'm going to not let you completely suffer. So then it's like, if I don't have it, then it's not just for me, but also others. But more so, if I'm being honest, not having it for me, it's like, oh my God, like, what will I do? I'm scared to like fall into poverty again. That is a big fear. Like I've been there. It's not a fun time. It's not a great experience. 0 out of 10 stars, would not recommend it again. I don't want to go back. So that
I came from a very, very, I wouldn't say poor, but bottom line of the society type of family. I knew exactly where you have been. All right. Yeah. I have a super good news for you.
Okay. I'm waiting.
We don't need much to really to be not poor. Okay. All right. Yeah. When people have this poor mentality, it usually comes with a personality blind spot. It must run in your family. That means money coming, it just didn't, there's no strategy to it. The money coming, sorry, now you are not, so money coming wasted on people's stupid decisions. Sorry, use that word, right?
It's true. I've seen it. I've lived
You've seen it. Yeah, you've seen it. Okay.
100% true.
Right. So it's not, we don't make enough money. It's the money coming, just like bottomless pit, relationship, breakdown. It's crazy, thing, and listen to a friend for something, just like no planning, all that. Okay. I don't see you're going to make that mistake though.
I pray I don't. I think that's
no, you won't. With all this training for 3 to 4, no way. The way you talk right now, there's no way. There's no way. You're probably too much on the other side of the spectrum already. So you are not your parent. You are not your family line. You are unique. You got to be bold. because your personality, if you never try this, you live for this guy. Number one, I'm worried about your health.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about your health. Well, I'm not trying to scare you, but
No,
I am concerned.
I'm cognizant on my end. Like it's something that I'm actively like I keep getting sick all the time. And I'm just like, what is it? Like it's always never, God forbid, anything crazy, but it's prompting me even
Constant,
to be
right.
like, why?
Right.
And like I think also New York, as much as I have a love-hate relationship with the city, I don't know if it's just the environment for me anymore. I'm kind of like, been done it. I'm like, let's do another year. And my lease right now is like month to month. I kind of can go whenever. So, but I'm like, oh, maybe I should get a bigger apartment. You know, maybe I would love the city more if I had more space, and maybe I should get a roommate. And that's
more money, more anchor in here. So this is almost like a crossroad right now. I mean, you have to not, I wouldn't say it's a good or bad, right or wrong. No, nothing like that. It's your decision.
Yeah.
You have to own up to that consequence of that decision, good or bad. So there are both pros and cons on both sides. But one thing I know, which no matter what outside environment is you are entrepreneur by heart, no doubt about it.
Hey, I would have never before this year even guessed that.
You are. Look at all the coaches you got, but Belinda's profile. You are huge entrepreneur quadrant, almost maybe too much. Okay. If your tranquility is managed, you are definitely an entrepreneur. Okay. But you are 2.0 that pull you back from the cloud nine, not cloud nine. So you are a dreamer. You have all kind of idea. All right. You are also a producer. So you are entrepreneur producer. So you have to produce something. Okay. So that's my profile. Welcome home. Okay. So I know exactly how you feel. But one thing I regret is I didn't do it early as an entrepreneur. I started for a company, all that. I started when I was age 30. I just finished my PhD. I went to work for a very solid corporation called Bell Laboratory, and all the very solid research job, get paid pretty well. And then I started company age of 22. So if you don't do it, Belinda, you will always feel a void in your heart. You will.
And I don't want to. That's one of my biggest principles. I don't want to live life with any what ifs. Like when it's my time, I pray I'm 95, 105. Like I don't want to be on my deathbed looking back, wondering what if. And that's led a lot of the big decisions I made in life.
I want you to hit rock bottom. If you have to go through one before age of 30, try it. You are still young. You take care of yourself.
Sorry, you want me to hit rock bottom?
If the only risk of being an entrepreneur or being you is hit the rock bottom, do it before age 30, because you are young. Yeah. Your health is good. Yeah. You can recover quick. You are able to move. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you fail if you have to, which I will show you some way you will not fail. When I say you will not fail, you have God on your side. Okay. But let's define, success first, and we know how you're going to fail. Okay. So I have to say that if you don't do this, the next season, the window, you probably don't have that much health. You don't want to wait. I'm not giving everybody the same suggestion, but in your case, yes. Especially with the tranquility number, I have to pull you out. There's no way. If you stay there, you are in a high maintenance mode. I'm giving you at most 18 months. That means in between will be, you can do the maintenance job on everything, but the pattern will start to kick in again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to manage your tranquility by thinking right now out of the box, by thinking, dump this guy right now, not dump your boyfriend, dump this guy, dump this guy. You have to dump it today. You have to say goodbye for 7 years, just for a season before 5 years. You got to do something. Now, what to do? I'm not on board with the other very dramatic side of things. No, I'm not on board on that either. It's in
What do you
between.
mean by the dramatic side?
Now you start traveling around the world, living in different cities. Now I'm not with you on that because the saving is still there. You can cut it today. So we have to look in between something. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to manage your tranquility. Dog is not. Your dog looks like a great dog, but your dog get a little bit on tranquility side with you. Like the dog will sense where you are. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
No,
She's so
seriously.
hyper. She's very, very, very active, like nonstop. She tires me out.
Okay, here now you have a high energy dog who's tired you. So all this, Belinda, as a coach, you got to do some change. Start from here. Not outside yet. Now here.
Yeah, my mentality, my mindset.
Yeah, your mentality. If that could have a change in 6 months, the decision will come easy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're back to your basement. So saving, I don't know. So without picking this guy, which one could be your lead passion? Just for 5, 6 years before around age 30. By the age of 30, how do you envision yourself? Age 30, come on.
A lot. I think by the age of 30, I really would love to build. Sorry, 1 second. Why are you crying, Mama? What's wrong? I'm here, sorry. Let me grab her for a second.
You can grab her, no problem. Yeah.
Mama, want to say hi?
Hello.
Anyway, by the age of 30, I see myself like in my prime, having found exactly, and I think I'll have a multitude of careers and like callings and passions throughout my lifetime. But by 30, I feel like I want I see myself thriving, like high energy, like wake up every single day excited and like just very aligned, having clarity on what I'm building, knowing ways I'm contributing to the world, giving back to others, having, I pray that a really beautiful, like robust family life and like amazing, like joyful relationships and also happy. I would love to be able, time freedom is big for me, to be able to do what I want, when I want, how to travel, to experience life. Oh my God, that if by 30, I can have a business that gives me, or anything gives me the ability to be where I want to be, what I want to be, without having to see if I only have 10 vacation days or 15 or 20. Like I want the flexibility. That's really what I want, the flexibility to be able to do impactful work, but also build a robust life. And that's something that I learned. I think the balancing part of also having like a relationship and like, that's something I've learned from like my boyfriend about actually still living, even in the midst of like building out your goals and dreams and seeing like his family and just their norms and patterns, how they like live so joyfully. I'm like, wow, I want that. But then the challenge is being on the road. It's tough it feels like one or the other. I feel like it's like not settle, but have like a very domestic life stateside, or I could have a very like life that's big of a venture. But not everyone wants to move at the speed I would like to around the world, like forever.
I hear you. I love that. I want to be you, age of 30. That's really excellent life. The multiple careers. It took me about 50 years to get where I am right now. I love it. But you know what? I think that's rightfully so. So, yeah. So this is like, can I be honest moment now? All right, ready. You didn't say this, and your number doesn't say so. Your family number now getting more negative. Okay, let me see. From 0, let me look at it. Yeah. 2019, fresh out of college, family number is 0.006. You still have some. Right now, 3 years, Big Apple, finance job, a dog, apartment in New York, minus 1.50. Okay. Now, this is what I really think by the age of 30. Can I give you another picture? That's my can I be honest time. You are married already for 5 years. and no, hold on. Listen. No, listen. You are married for 5. You love the man. The man love you. The man is hard worker. bring the bread to the family, and you do a part-time job, remote from home. And you can take your kids, 2 or 3, maybe 1, whatever you want to be, and really educate. I have no idea. And on the side, you can start a business with much less risk and time concern, so that you can really help to bring a complementary, that's at most, income to the family, but you don't have to. I think that's where you want to be.
I would love that.
I think that's where you want to be. No, so I'm serious, because I have to say this. No, young girl out there, no, don't. I'm not giving everybody the same advice. I don't do that. I'm looking at the uniqueness, because Belinda has a 2.0 tranquility for many years. She needs a change. Without that, by the age of 30, I have big concern.
Wow.
Huge concern.
What are your concerns? What it could be by the age
You
of
could
30?
have lost your health to a point. I worry about it.
Okay.
This is a real number. People are not very good at living for a prolonged season under stress. No matter how excuse what you work for money. No. It's all that. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible says. If you earn the whole world but lose yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But I worry about your health. I keep saying that because not because I want to scare you.
Yeah.
I have seen enough of this, especially through pandemic.
Mm.
So I'm giving you my honest opinion. Not just
I love the wink.
no, I'm giving you the honest opinion
Yeah.
that whatever, if you want to have that on the age of 30, not just to go establish your business, not enough time.
It wouldn't be enough time by the age of 30 to fully establish. Oh.
You should have started right from college. So it give you 10 years of entrepreneurial time. But with your training in New York and networking, I think I give you enough of remote job possibility, consulting, so that you can keep a complementary income to stabilize yourself. And if you move to a place much less stress like this.
I would
right?
like.
No,
Yeah.
I'm serious, because it's like, so you manage big time. Your tranquility cannot be managed unless you make a drastic move. No, seriously, there's no way you can manage it. 3 years before data was 2.0, today 2.0. But I know the root. The root is this: money. So you have a couple of things you have to do mentally right now. It's like you have to let your money thing go. I know. I'm not saying you just, let's go travel tomorrow. No. So I don't like the travel idea yet, because that costs you money. I'm thinking you need a saving plan right now. Like, can you save on something? So don't get a bigger apartment. That will another king ching. And start to save up and enough for you to really have a reserve in your bank. You can live without income for 6 to 8 months somewhere. If New York is too much, you have to find your next destiny, because you need, I hate to break this to you, you need a gap year almost to recover.
I have been looking for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
literally,
do.
and even my boyfriend was saying that the other day.
Yes.
He was like, you need, like, you've been through so much. You kind of need, like, just more than like 4-day vacation, like prolonged period to really just.
Yeah. When I say gap year, it's not you just lay there on the beach, do nothing. No, I'm saying you should start looking actively for a part-time job that get you enough, but cut down your living costs, move to a place, say Jersey, move to Prince, somewhere much less cost, bring your dog with you. That's very important, right? And then start to build something around you organically for almost 6 minimally to about a year. You have to do something. This one, way too much. I already talked about time. You have 4 years from Princeton, another 3 years into New York City. You are exhausting your 7-year period right now. It's like the season is like, it's not working out for you. I would say that.
Ooh.
Because this one, I
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so I, as a coach, I want to know this gentleman, is he the real deal?
across all things, yeah, I think the one thing that's like been question mark for me has been like we're both Christians, just at different places in our walk with God. And that's
can you explain that? Oh, I have so many Christian girls say that. I love it. You have to explain that to me. I have problem dealing with this statement because
really,
I really have no idea what that means. Go ahead.
well,
Yeah.
for me, like I guess so I grew up like Pentecostal, I guess more so like non-denominational now, but like very much like grew up in church, have got to know God for myself, still growing, will grow for until I make it to heaven. But like that's been my life actively. I was very involved in campus ministry all throughout school. College was leading ministry. Like that's very much been my life. He grew up Catholic, like his family are Christians, but for them, it's more like the Catholic tradition of like you follow a set sort of, I don't know, it's just different. And when we met, like he was at a place where he's like, okay, like he's like growing in his faith. And now through our dating relationship, like we go to the same church now. He's grown a lot. There's still just like moments where I guess in my mind, I've always imagined like dating and marrying someone who like knows God's word very, very well and like has very strong established rhythms like prayer and fasting and like is very passionate about worship and like the first one to like that zeal and passion. That's what I envision. And I realized with him, it's not that it's not there. It's just, it translates differently or growth also takes time. He's still early on in like walking out his own relationship with God outside of what it has been just culturally and like family wise. So that's the challenge and I've been very transparent with him about this. Okay. Like where he has expressed desire for a marriage and like very much seeing.
When did that happen? Now or last year?
Oh, we've been dating a year now. So okay. I would say more
perfect.
So
no, I don't want young people dating more than 2 years. You know, I mean, it's already over.
We also talked about that. We have a 2-year, not cap, but he very much is like, he's going to be 30
that's wise.
next year. And he's like, he kind of knows what he knows. He's like, which I prefer. There's clarity on that regards. I think I'm just scared. I'm like, still young. Is this the right choice? Like, I feel like I should have like resounding clarity. The heavens should open up, but I should have like.
You want to get that clarity today? I'll give it to you. Yeah, okay. go. Yeah, marry now. No, I'm kidding. No. See, even God speak from heaven, say, Belinda, marry him. You are not going to believe it anyway. So I'm just test you out. So forget about the clarity. You will never get clarity. Okay. So you just have to count the cost. And are you willing to pay for that price? Both sides. Okay. Let me throw you a couple of questions. So answer me. Number one, is he a solid guy character-wise?
Oh, yeah. Very much.
Okay. Number two, is he faithful in what he's doing?
Yeah.
Look at her face. Okay. Number three, is he handsome?
To me, yes.
Oh, see, here we go. Okay. Number four, does he like dog?
He does. He has a love.
Okay. All right. So
tolerance relationship with my dog.
All right. Does he love you?
He does. Yeah.
Do you love him?
I do.
Come on, go get married. Don't wait. No, seriously. You got a clarity from me. No, I don't know him yet. No, there's one more pass. He has to do PQ. We got to talk.
I was telling him to do it. I'm very much, I don't know.
No. It's not. I'm going to see whether he match you or you match him. I have to present to you two with data what the price you want to going to pay if you pair up. Give that clarity.
The more data, I will happily accept.
The clarity to you is like, I know you're saving. That's you saving for that, not for money, but for clarity. Like if you team up with men for life, what you both have to pay.
Yeah.
Not money, but in terms of consolidating your passion. That's all we need to go through.
Okay. I definitely want to pursue that because like back just a month ago, I got to a point where I was like, oh my God, what if 5 years from now I wake up, we're married, but I feel like I made the wrong decision. I feel like I settled for a safe life and didn't pursue all these things. And that I then asked to go on a break and really pray and get clarity because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to.
Belinda, nobody can give you that clarity. Nobody, not even God. Let me be clear with you. So all the young lady out there, if you look for that kind of clarity, I'll meet you in heaven. Nobody can give you that clarity. Sorry, that's where things get very clear. Okay, but here it's all muddy. It's all something we call the organic. We'll get our hands dirty on daily basis and trusting that there's some goodness and decency that God created in us. And with God's grace and our grace grow together toward each other and sometimes mercy. So we are able to build something longer than we thought we deserve. That's all about marriage. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a daily stuff. Okay. So Belinda, I think your highest passion is actually family. That's my, can I be honest, moment with you?
Oh yeah. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Oh, I can say exactly.
Okay.
Every part of your passion, all this leading passion, will not be satisfied if you don't have a good family. Period. I know that much. That's why you are so fearful. Like, can this be a good one? That's your number high. And your original family, we come from, we love them, your parent, but they also build something back up your mind without, not intentionally, but they pile up fear in your heart about this. That fear need to be broken today. It has to be, that's the clarity. Other thing I don't know, but that fear need to come down today and broken. It's almost a spell on you. A healthy sense of fear is good. But your fear, the Bible talk about, do not worry for tomorrow. That word Jesus used is worry into pieces. In your case, you worry into pieces about a potential family, into all this fragmented passions. And to you, it will all come in perfect convergence in a family like on the bill. You should change your your family is no more your original family. The Bible said man and woman both have to leave their parents to join in unity. So I'm not saying you should marry this man yet, but I think in you, your unity within yourself, you have to say, Belinda, you have to be unapologetic, say, yeah, you want a good family. You're going to deserve one. Not just deserve, you are going to work on one. And you are going to have one in a way that nobody else can imagine. No ears can hear, no eyes can really see. You have to believe something so good is happening in your life that the past is gone. You cannot use your past experience to prophesy your future. Your whole being is use that past negative experience to prophesy your future. You got to stop that inner talk right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to say, I'm going to embrace by the age of 30. Yes, I want to have that family. I'm not going to be just let that go. I'm not going to do everything else to prove I'm good enough. No, or I'm safe enough, or I save up enough for no, I got to take a risk for that. So that's your garden. That's your, you can make your kitchen a most beautiful place. You are not going to domestic wife. Your kitchen going to look like, so, and you will enjoy that from day to night. And then that build up something that's a side you never know you are. And you are yearning for that family all your life since a girl. I hear you. I hear that talk. You have one in you. So I want that family passion to grow like crazy, never before. So this young man, he got all my check boxes. I don't know what else you want me to check. How tall is he? No, I don't go there. Does he love beautiful stuff? Like, can he appreciate?
Oh, he definitely does. And like, I think that we are very different, but balance each other well.
See, here we go.
I think I'm just still like scared. Like, I don't know, what if like our passions faith-wise are not always aligned, or I don't want to have to lead like faith-wise in our relationship. That's been like a challenge.
So if you want to do this, talk to Coach Joyce, but he probably got to pay this for you. Okay. You guys can come down to Princeton. You got to pay for a session with me. That's professional. Okay. Come to Princeton after Sunday. Let's sit down. I would meet this gentleman. We'll pull your data out. It's not going to be like pat on his shoulder. Let's look at what price you have to pay. All right. Yeah. How about that? Give you a clarity about data. We can do that. And I can know this gentleman because I say, young man, I'm watching you, but they're not family. I'm watching you. All right. So give you a little bit of help, but on the sideline, but Belinda, by the age of 30, I want to bless you with a man that loves you, you love him.
Yeah.
I want your kids. I want you to have all that.
You really think I've been thinking kids after 30?
No, because kids will be the jewel on every dream you'll have about. Yes, you will be a very good mom, super good mom.
I know, because I think my fear is that, I guess, and maybe it's more from my birth family. I feel like I should build something for myself, not just have everything I am is just my family.
No,
I don't know.
Everything you are is more than sufficient for your kids. They don't need more than anything else you bring to them. You bring your heart, you bring your suffering, you bring who you are, your experience. They will benefit the most. And think about you raise kids that their mental state is stronger than anybody else out there. What price tag you put on that? You give to me. You give me a price tag on that.
There's none. Yeah.
No. Here we go. All right. So I'm not saying you should domestic wife. I think this man, I think he's compliment you very well. So I think he could be that solid doer.
I
hope. And you could be under that context, but you still bring your uniqueness I want to emphasize it on remote and part-time for you.
Okay. I definitely want the remote option job.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's like part-time. I'm like, as long as I can still pay my bills
and bring some complementary income, but then dream with the gentleman you're going to marry. If this guy, come to Princeton, pay for a session, but it will be, I guarantee you will not regret that money you pay compared to whatever I'll give it to you. I'm not trying to make money out of you guys,
No.
But he need to come to see the data. You have to see the data too. That maybe the clarity you need is what is the price you two have to pay. What is the potential problematic area? I'll give you exactly what they are. And then we can go from there to build a plan. Okay. Marry or not, that's not there yet. Let's do that. But you got to go back. You have to think outside the box right now. Now, you have to think, you almost have to repent. Now, there's a very strong word. Repentance doesn't mean regret. Repentance, Jesus used two words, is thinking over. I mean, your thoughts have to be over something. I think your thinking right now is somehow lifted up today. Think over something. So I really think, I want you to think at age of 30, whatever we talk about, all those passions, beauty, eating, a tranquil place, I can name it, ideal place. What's the better job for you to help your kids rather than any other kids out there? You can still do that when you are 40, more mature. What?
No, off. Sorry, I'm back. I had an incoming call.
Okay, it's not him. I hope he's not watching this. Like, oh, I love this Coach K guy.
No, I did not give him the link. No,
I'm not saying you should marry him. I'm just saying like he got all the checks from me. I don't know what else to ask. He's not like the same level as you think he should be on face. Does he have a potential? I think he does. Yeah. He's doing his job. He's a faithful guy. What else you ask? That's part of the fruit, I want to say. So I think you two will be very different, but complement to each other. So if he's willing to fulfill the dream you built together, it's going to be a beautiful story. What else you want? That's probably your next passion is beauty. Build a beautiful family.
Oh, wow. I did not see that emerge. I'm going to write that down. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Build a beautiful family. Not the domestic wife. You can still be the bubbling wife. You can talk to people around the globe, marketing, talking, designing, help people organize stuff. Go there for a weekend with your husband flying over. Come on, be you. But you don't have to come home worry about money, period.
I see what you mean. Okay. So I can have the family, but also still do some kind of work. It just
unless this man will.
Yes.
I think this man, you love him. Part of that is he's willing to entertain this idea that you will be out there, right? We can talk about it.
I've made it clear to him, like when I'll need a lot of support. I've told him I want to raise my kids at home for at least a couple of years before.
So no, your highest passion is family, Belinda, and it's going to be restored the next 5 to 7 years. But you got to say, I want it.
I do
want
want.
to
I love that word restored.
restore to a fullness. No, you cannot be a survivor in a family passion. There's no way. You had to be more than a conqueror, right? With me on this one.
Yeah.
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 All right. So this young man, you are blessed. All right. So but come to Princeton, someday join our service, and after service, we sit down, have a session. We'll see, So I'm glad to see you today. You grow a lot, but you suffer too much.
Yeah, both are true. Both are true. This has been very helpful. Not at all what I thought was gonna come. I thought I was gonna just get the motivation I needed to launch into full-time entrepreneurship, literally move from New York, move to whatever new country. And even now, there's still a lot for me to process, especially in regards to the fear that I have that I don't think is godly, and breaking away from my fear to disappoint my parents.
Yeah,
And
so,
not live up
that
to-
one, I'll recommend to another thing we have right now called restoring the foundation. We have a trained minister to help you out, issue-based. So talk to Joyce or Cassie about it. So we want to help you out, but your highest passion is a restored family, a beautiful family. That's what you live for. And somehow was robbed away from you, taken away from you. Now it's being restored in this season. That's why you try to fill all this void by all this thing. But you can keep pumping, keep popping, but at the cost of your health. I don't want to see that. I want to be healthy, strong, happy, live to 90. I'll be gone by then, but I'll be happy. All right, so this is a father-daughter talk right now. All right, you got that, right? Good.
Thank you. It means the world to me. Thank you.
All right, so I'll let you go to just ponder, talk to the young man and figure it out. All right, so we'll be around. We are about 45 minutes train right away. Okay.
I was there just 2 weekends ago for reading.
I know. Next time I stop by and just we have a lot of passionate coming back to visit. A lot of story, tears, wonderful thing going. Yeah. So, all right.
Ooh, okay. I'm like, oh God, I really was not planning on having kids till 30 at the earliest. I'm like, oh Lord, not the babies.
Oh, once a baby, you will be a fantastic mom. Your babies are the luckiest baby ever. Beauty, idealism, you name it, tranquility. That's where a convergence of you, all the training coming. Now, when you are 40, they are 10, and now you are free again like a bird. No, seriously. No, seriously. So I just give the secret down the road. You're like, I'm free like a bird. I'm 40. I still look good. I can jump. I can skydive. Hey, they already in the middle school. Bye-bye. Mom is on my way somewhere. I like you to be there instead of the other way around. Oh, try to work hard until 40, get in the kids. And you know what I'm saying? And you are 60, you are still have they're still at home, I
was definitely.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Change your mind. Talk about it. Talk to the big boss.
Yeah.
Talk to this lovely young man. Hopefully he can watch this. I hope he does watch this.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. I see. Okay. That's okay. We don't have that many people watch right now, so it won't be all over the place. So you are fine. All right.
Okay.
So God bless you. Have a wonderful and peaceful night. Work on tranquility. Think by thinking about this. Once you do this, you will feel like, wow, the more you think about it, every day it's start to have a fresh air already within you, not from outside, not traveling, not get out of this environment yet. Yeah.
Yeah. And 18 months. Remember that to make a change before.
Make a change. Yeah. Very good. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
Okay. I'll talk to you all
Bye.
later. Bye.
Ciao. All right, Passionaire. Oh boy, a lot of people say, Coach K, every time you get a young girl, you always recommend to marry somebody. Oh no, that's not true. In this particular case, I've watched her for over 3 years, so it's not just one. So it's a family. It's family passion is such a suppressed and ignored and sometimes bad-mouthed. People say it's overrated. I know the hurt, I know the wound people you've been through, but you know what? I got to be honest with you. That's one of the best passion out there. I hope Belinda got restored. I don't know, but you know what? It's beautiful. It is something that's beautiful in the house where a man and woman. I'm not going to be apologizing. Say a man and woman create something that's unique. Both are not unique. Both of them need grace and mercy every day. I still need that today between me and my wife. But you know what? That's just such a beautiful thing. So I want to encourage young people out there. Hopefully today, I know Belinda was shocked. I would have gone to this point. But you see today, when you have one passion that's really your lead passion, is not satisfied. A lot of us try to create a lot of high passions on all cylinders, not just exhaust ourselves out, exhaust people around us out. And so I hope, it's a good story. So I'm going to wrap up now. So next week, I'll be on next week. No. Week after next week. Okay. I'll be on the road. So we'll still have anybody want to do it next week, please contact us. And hopefully down the road, we have something called couple weekend. So you're single or married can come to Princeton. We'll make it beautiful event, but we'll talk about how two unique persons can come and work together. Hopefully you look forward to that. Have a wonderful night, everybody. See you next week.